how my sponsored child spent my money. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Cause you're beautiful. That's why. So I sponsor children through World Vision, and World Vision allows you to send $200 directly to the parents of your sponsored child once a year. And that they get to keep 150. $50 goes to buy food for people in their communities. This helps to prevent jealousy from people in their community who didn't get a sponsor and aren't getting free food and whatnot. And the most you can send is actually 150. No matter how much above 150 you send, the rest of it will go to their community. And unfortunately, I can only send 200. So this is how they spent that money. Generally speaking, they send this to me in emails, but there's a few parts of Africa where they'll actually send you either basically like they sent me now. They'll send you either a picture. It can be just like a regular, like a camera would take a picture of what they spent the money on, or sometimes they'll like take like a computer, like a picture, that a digital picture, and then it'll be printed out on a printer. And so I'm going to let you guys know how that money was spent. So here's a letter. This young lady is from Ghana. Yes, from Ghana. So she says, hello. That's my legal name, you guys. I have written this letter to you for what you have done to me. I'm very happy for you supporting me. You helped me in very many ways, like paying my school fees, buy for me clothes, shoes, and also buy a saucepan for my mother, and paying school fees for my brother. Can you guys imagine that? Me having sent just $150 was enough to help pay for her school fees, or perhaps to pay for all of her school fees and her brother's school fees. In many countries in Africa and in the third world, children don't have the luxury of going to school, you guys. They have to pay, and or they have to have shoes. If they cannot afford shoes, they cannot come to school. They won't allow them to come barefoot. I pray that God should continue giving for you all that you need, knowing and continuing keeping you, giving you a better life. I pray his believing in God, his creator of heaven and the earth, which I used to be, one of those who didn't believe that God created everything. I thought we all evolved and then we all came out of nothing, like they try to teach us in school. I don't believe that. I believe with what she said. So this is a picture. They obviously printed this on a printer, and you can see, y'all, I need to cover my girl's face. So I don't want to be putting other people's children on online, so that's why I'm covering her face. So you can see the shoes, the saucepan for her mom, clothes. I don't know, they may have even purchased this carpet to put everything on. And this doesn't seem like very much for $150, neither in the US nor in the third world, right? Unless you're buying like more expensive stuff, then you could easily spend $150 just on this. But in general, for someone who's poor, like this young lady's family or myself, $150 would buy more than this. However, as she said, we're paying for her school fees and we're paying for her brother's school fees. So I'm tripping, y'all. Oops. I'm tripping, y'all, because I'm like, is this my sponsor girl? Because she looks like a woman. And then I had to realize, oh, she done went through puberty. She is, well, she's not a woman, but when I started sponsoring her, she was either 13 or 14. So now I realize, oh, so she must be like 16 or 17. Okay, so she kind of like is fully grown, at least physically, right? Believe it or not, a girl can be fully grown physically from the outside, but internally she may still be maturing. And I know that our brains are still maturing um, up until the age of 25. But sometimes that means that even though a young lady may look like she's fully, gone through puberty, she still is more likely to have a stillborn child if you don't wait. A girl's best prepared, or a woman really is best prepared for having children in her early 20s, believe it or not. So, but anyway, I had to tell myself, this is still a girl. This is not a woman. But if I was to remove this pen, you guys, you would see she looks like a woman. Like in the face, she looks like a woman. I'm tripping. I'm like, what the heck? This doesn't even look like my girl. It does, but it looks more like her mom. But I guess it's her. She just looks mature. Anyway, so this is the stuff that she bought. And I'm trying to see if there's anything here that I'm not. This here could be cloth, because sometimes these beautiful folks make their own clothes. So they'll actually buy fabric and they'll make their own clothes, and it gives them more options. I love this. Is very conservative. I like women dressing conservatively. That's very pretty. That big old skirt. Anyway, help the poor, you guys. You can save human life. I'm on SSI, you guys. Turn this around. I'm on SSI, you guys. And because the Lord makes me do this, the Lord is making me help to put children in school, to put clothes on children, to feed children and their families. The Lord is doing this, you guys. And there's radical blessings if you help the poor, especially if you do it sacrificially, meaning you have to sacrifice movies, vacations, cruises, going out to Starbucks, eating out, new clothes. When you get free used clothes from churches, you just need to humble yourself. Subscriptions, cable, etc. You sacrifice that, meaning you're going to physically sacrifice your right to have this stuff so that you can save other people who don't even have enough money for food, who may not be able to afford a pair of shoes, who may not have enough calories to sustain them. There's radical blessings, and that's why, it's one of the reasons why the Lord renders this program, this targeted individual program, a little more than a pathetic joke for me. He will do the same thing for you guys if you will stop, in accordance with Malachi chapter 3, robbing him of tithes and offerings. If you will stop doing that, and you will pray 2 hours and 24 minutes a day. I like that figure because it's 10% of your day spent in communion with God. If you do that, God is going to make this program get weaker and weaker. He will manifest more and more of his power on your behalf, and he will render this program little more than a pathetic joke for you, just like he does for me. I send my love out to all y'all beautiful morning NTIs. God bless.